Some more insight from our last finalists. Here's Meryl's journey to our ballroom challenge.
I grew up in a suburb of Detroit, Michigan. I was born there. I've spent my whole life there.
The first time Meryl was on the ice was at a lake near our home. She was about 3, and she expressed interest in getting lessons.
My first impression about Meryl was talent. I saw her talent of that right away.
I just remember falling in love with skating right off the bat.
Meryl was diagnosed with dyslexia at a very young age, and you could tell it was harder for her than most.
Being dyslexic was really tough for me. For a very long time, I felt incredibly unintelligent. Things would take me a lot longer.
My husband and I'd be laying there and think that we would hear something, and we would realize it was Meryl up doing more homework at like 2 in the morning. So she was very, very driven.
She wasn't going to let dyslexia interfere with what she needed to do to achieve her goals.
The thing about Meryl is she's so shy, she's so quiet, but underneath all of that is such dedication, such a hard worker, a perfectionist.
When Meryl and Charlie won the gold in Sochi, it was just an unreal feeling. It was almost like an out-of-body experience for me.
There's a certain level of insanity that it takes to win an Olympic gold medal. The ability to see something in front of you and just devote everything to it.
A lot of Olympic athletes have a tremendous amount of hope. They're very positive people, and the work ethic is something that Meryl can transfer into absolutely anything.
When I first found out Meryl was partnered with Max, I knew we were going to see a completely different side of her than we saw with Charlie. Because her relationship with Charlie, growing up together, they're like brother and sister. But seeing a sexy Russian, this big guy, Meryl is just flourishing with the freedom that she has to explore herself.
We've never really seen her open up with such passionate emotion.
It was inspired, it was unconventional, and I loved it.
I can't recall ever seeing Meryl really flirt with other guys. And as she's working more with Max, I think she's really like coming out of her shell and showing that sexy, feminine side.
It's been a fascinating and amazing thing to observe as Meryl has grown up, because she went from being a very shy little girl to being so outgoing now and comfortable on the largest stage.
Spending time with Max and his perspective rubbing off on me, I've become more confident in who I am, and I've learned it's okay to share that.
We could stand. Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
And this is more powerful than anything you'll do.
Yeah.
Now let's get their perspective on one of their favorite routines.
So I think one of my favorite dances is our tango from week 6. You want to watch it?
Let's watch it.
Let's watch it.
Dancing the tango. Meryl Davis and her partner Maksim
Chmerkovskiy.
It's a cool shot.
That's the best shot I've ever seen on the show.
That was actually my favorite costume too. I love that costume.
So close to you right now, it's a force field. And there's no stopping us right now. I feel so close to you right now.
And then get out of here. Look at this. Look at that. That's like a visual orgasm right there, with lights and flickering and stuff.
I feel so close to you right now. I feel so close to you right now. It's a force field. I wear my heart upon my sleeve like a
Right there, I pulled my groin. That was not very glamorous.
I feel so close to you right now.
Dude, your frame is brilliant.
we figured out the ending on Monday morning. We had no idea.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, how do we just stop? Do we dip everybody? You know,
Dramatic.
there's always that formula to end the dance on Dancing with the Stars. I just can't do it.
That was full of attack. It was full of purpose. Meryl, Max dances full on. It doesn't matter who his partner is. You're the first celebrity that has been able to match him and keep up with him. There you go.
I certainly appreciated Len's comment, but I wouldn't do you the disservice or disrespect you to the point where I would think that I was matching you.
Of course you do. You have a lot of power coming out of you.
Oh, that's so cool.
And I think that's what Len meant, is that you just matched that so well.
And we got our first perfect score of the season with the tango.
Welcome back to Dancing with the Stars, the road to the finals. The countdown has begun, our live finale, now just minutes away. Now let's check out a watershed moment for Meryl and Max.
So what do you think our most pivotal training moment has been?
Well, you know, the one that assured that I will no longer be looked at as a man. Like, to hold my hand, I will never let go.
I was a little surprised by our 4-9s after the comments, to be honest. I was a little disappointed.
9! You're disappointed?
Yeah.
With that in mind, I feel like clean slate, new dance. Let's move on. 6, 7, 8, and 1.
Okay.
7, 8, 1.
Oh, I thought we were doing
The first one.
Okay.
And 1. Babe, we can't keep repeating same.
I just feel like I need to stop doing that because I'm gonna give myself a heart attack.
Babe, this step is easy.
Yeah.
It has to do with this.
Yeah.
You making yourself believe that you don't know it.
Yeah. I think oftentimes you take on so much responsibility. I think you feel like it's your job to fix everything. Like me.
3, 4, and 5.
Sorry. Sorry. What's wrong?
We do all we can. Last week, you get 9s.
Why am I so out of breath and just exhausted looking?
Because I'm frustrating
and just
you.
Sweaty. Trying to do more, and it just sucks me back in. I don't want to do this. Phoning in? Did somebody really call me out on phoning in?
But, see, that's... Okay. Hold my hand. That's the problem, is you're questioning yourself, and you're not the problem. The problem today is you're scared. That's what I'm telling you.
Scared of what?
I don't know. I wish I knew.
I'm terrified. I'm not scared.
Of what? When we had that conversation and you were stressing out a little bit and I asked you to hold my hand, I feel like for me that was a way to kind of allow ourselves to lean on the friendship that we had built. And I felt like that was the first time I felt like we weren't kind of on the same page and we weren't together. And so I felt like making you hold my hand and kind of stepping away from where we were was kind of a way to reconnect and reach back to the dynamic that we had built over so many weeks.
Don't even try to pep talk me. I'm pep talking you.
We can pep talk each other.
How many people have you asked to hold hands before?
I've never asked anyone to hold my hand before.
That was the first time?
Mm-hmm.
You can hold my hand anytime.
Oh, faith.
Now here's what the judges have to say about Meryl and Max.
Meryl has had more time at the top of the leaderboard than any other finalist. She is the chased, not the chaser.
Meryl is one of the strongest dancers we've ever had. At times, she is indistinguishable from a professional. Strength, range, ability to play characters with such an intensity. I absolutely am fascinated by that.
They have the best partnership I've ever seen. It's magic. Once in a while, you can put two people together that don't know each other, and you get them dancing, and something magical happens. That is what's happened with Meryl and Max. She brings out the best in Max, and Max has brought out a whole other side of this Olympic champion that none of us ever saw before, and it's wonderful.
Later tonight, someone will take that Mirror trophy home. If it's Meryl, she deserves it because she's been outstanding all the way through. Unforgettable.
Last week you tweeted your questions to Meryl and Max. Here's their reply.
So we have some fan questions on Twitter.
We have fans.
We have fans! Yeah! So, Olivia Hargay is dying to know. Max, what is your favorite thing about Meryl and the one thing you're going to miss most about her?
Yo, let me see this
after
question.
The show?
Let me see this question. You just made it up.
No.
My favorite thing about Meryl has to be the incredible work ethic and just all around genuineness. I don't know if that's a word. And she just thinks that she could pet me all the time.
Because I can.
And get away with it. And she gets away with it. You know? From Jenna, from Auburn. And she asks, can you please date, get married, have babies, and then name one after me? No. I don't know. You like the name Jenna? I like the name, but I don't know if I would name my firstborn Jenna.
Yeah. I mean, it's a great name.
It's a great name, Jenna. Great name. Awesome suggestion. I'll keep it in mind. This Madison Montgomery. I love watching Meryl and Max. They're so sweet to each other. Not true. She's not sweet to me at all. You see that? That's what happened. Patty, to all of our finalists, what is the one thing you've learned about yourself in this journey?
Well, one of the things I've learned about myself is that I feel like sometimes I need to stand up for myself a little bit more.
Hell yeah! That's what's up.
That's what's up.
That's what's up.